meeting up with my friends. We're gonna go for a little bit of a motorcycle ride. I think just up to Malibu again. But I wanted to show you, while I have a moment here, this place that leases luxury cars. So, you know, I'm kind of a car guy, even though I don't really have a fancy car of any kind. I just have motorcycles. There's my friend Johnny. The bikers are showing up. But anyway, let me show you this. So this is a place that leases fancy cars. You got a Ferrari right there. You know, a couple Ferraris. You got a Rolls Royce. I think this is a Ghost. I think this is a Ghost Rolls Royce. I actually saw one of these Ferraris for sale, and it wasn't too expensive. I think they wanted like $70,000, but I thought $70,000 for a Ferrari, not too bad. I don't know. This is for lease. I don't think they actually rent them out. I mean, I don't think they sell them. They just rent them out. And you know, a car that I've never been a huge fan of is Porsche. But I hear they're super reliable, and a friend of mine has a Porsche and he loves it. So here's for the Porsche guys out there. And one of my friends, he owns one of these Porsche SUVs. I always make fun of him. Let's go for a race. Anyway, I'm gonna go for this short ride. I don't think I'm gonna do much recording of the actual ride. I'm supposed to go later to Hollywood. I don't know if I'm gonna do that either, but I'm gonna see how the day goes and try to put some kind of video up for you guys. So let's see what trouble we can get into, huh? That guy's Lewis and Manny. They're gonna get a ticket over there. They're not allowed to park there.
Yeah, because it's red, right?
Yeah. Wait. Lewis, you're gonna get a ticket. You're not allowed to park there. Lewis is a rebel, Johnny.
Always a rebel, yeah.
He's a rebel, parking where you're not supposed to, but
That's the way it is, man.
the way the cookie crumbles, I guess.
Do as I tell you, not as I do.
Yes. Yeah. But it's okay, you can leave it there if you want. All right, so we're here at Neptune's Net, doing a little video. There it is, the mighty world famous Neptune's Net. A lot of people out today. It's a pretty nice day in general, a little windy. Oh, look at that cute girl there. Look at that. A woman who rides a motorcycle is always sexy. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, we got some Latino music here. Look at this, somebody's playing some, some Hispanic tunes. Anyway, let's cross the street and have some fun. I think they have some sort of car show happening over here. All right. There's a Corvette coming down the road there. This guy's relaxing over here with a beer. Mighty Neptune's Net, my friends. The guy's revving up that truck. How you doing? They're gonna get some food. I want to let me take a quick look at what's going on over here first. I kind of dig this black truck here, this black pickup. Look at this. Yeah, that's pretty badass. It's a party over here at Neptune's Net, my friends. All right, I just finished eating, but it looks like the car show's over. So I wanted to show you some of the cars, but it looks like they already took off. But let me show you a little bit of the bikes here. So we got the BMW over here, Pink Harley, Neptune's Net up there. Neptune's Net. World famous Neptune's Net right now. Anyway, later today I was supposed to go to Hollywood. I'm not sure I'm going to. I'm not really feeling Hollywood. Might head down to downtown, or I don't know. I do want to do something later this afternoon, but I'm not sure what. Let me cross the street here. Uh-oh, here comes a car. Here in the making a left turn. Oh, not making a left turn. This car was about to put the signal like they were going to make a left turn, then all of a sudden they turned at the last minute and screwed me. Anyway, let's go up, look at the water a little bit. All right, here we go, the Pacific Ocean here in Malibu. Pretty nice, huh? Got some surfers out there. Okay, so this is not exactly the safest thing in the world. That looks really dangerous. Gotta be careful here in Malibu, I gotta tell you. We're gonna be taking off pretty soon, heading back home. So I'm not going to do too much recording really of the, actually I don't think I'm going to record the ride home at all. But if I do go out tonight to Hollywood, downtown, wherever I end up going, I'll try to show you some video of that. My goal in 2026 here on the channel is to try to post at least once a week. That's my goal. So we'll see how it works out. All right, let me get back with my friends and see what we're gonna do. All right, you got the Ozman with you, my friends. I'm here at the Long Beach High Performance Swap Meet. I'm gonna check out some of the cars. I ended up not going to Hollywood last night. I didn't feel like it. So I just hit the hay early, and now I'm checking out this car show slash swap meet. So why don't you join me? Let's see what we can get into. All right, my friends, so here I am with this it's really a swap meet for hot rods and muscle cars, Mopar, all that kind of stuff, but they also have a little bit of a car show here, so I thought I'd bring you along, check it out. Here we got IROC. These cars are for sale, some of them. So if I see one that's for sale, I'll put the information on the screen so you can buy it if you want to buy it. Anyway, this is here's an El Camino. My father used to own an El Camino. He had 2 El Caminos. He loved those things. We got this classic car here. I'm not sure what year it is. Maybe it'll say in the front somewhere. Doesn't say the year anywhere. It's a beautiful car though. I don't see the year on it though. I'm trying to think. I want to say it's like a 1940s car. Oh, it's a 1937. 1937 Chevy. It's really nice looking, very beautiful. All right, let's see what else we can see around here. This Camaro is also for sale. For $30,000. You know, when I was a teenager, I almost bought a Camaro, but I ended up buying a Corvette, if you could believe it. Well, I should say my parents bought it, basically. But I was looking at a Camaro, and I was also looking at a Trans Am. I ended up getting a Trans Am eventually, but it was a 78 Trans Am. But the one I was looking at the time, I think was I want to say it was in 1987 Trans Am. And I remember the salesman kept saying, "Oh, but the monthly payments are only $300." And for a teenager, that was a lot of money. Hell, even as an adult, that's still a lot of money. But needless to say, he never told me how many years I have to pay that $300. But I ended up not buying that car. It's another beauty. Another Chevy going on over here. I like the steering wheel. That's really cool. I like the whole setup in here. Bel Air, Chevy Bel Air. Another El Camino over here. This actually looks a lot like my dad's El Camino. He had a white one. But my sister ended up driving it into a wall. Well, into a pillar. I like this truck. Let's take a look at this one. This is pretty badass. I like the matte black. Oh, look at this thing. We got some magic over here. That guy is pretty cool. Anyway, let's take a look at this. I don't know what it is, dune buggy, whatever it is. This is cool. A lot of people come to these car show / swap meet things very early, like 7 in the morning. And then right now it's like 9 o'clock, 9:30. By the way, it's January the 11th, 2026. I'm trying to keep track of the dates for these things. But then a lot of people start taking off early. So it's kind of like, I guess I'm gonna have to start getting here right when everybody shows up. But here's a Cadillac. My parents had a few Cadillacs in their days. You know, like I said if you watched my, I don't know if I actually I didn't post this on YouTube. I went to the auto show a few weeks ago here in Los Angeles, and Cadillac has been reduced to just like a little, a little corner of the auto show, and it used to be the biggest, name in the house. But anyway, when I was young, my parents loved Cadillac, and they had a few Cadillacs in their days. But Cadillac, unfortunately, has lost its luster over the years, except for maybe the Escalade. But look at this, how beautiful this old Cadillac is here. Look at that. This is gorgeous. I even like the patina. The only thing is it doesn't have the Cadillac emblem up here. I'm not sure that really matters, but look at this. I like how wide the hood is. This thing is low to the ground too. Look at that. It's got a skeleton. I don't know what the deal with the skeleton is, but it's got a skeleton in there. I like it all. It's pretty cool. It looks pretty badass. Like, if you drove this down the street, you drove this thing down the street, people would be like, damn, that guy's badass. All right, let's see what else we got around here. We got a lowrider. I think it's the same one I saw earlier. I think some people just drive their cars around the parking lot here just to show them off. By the way, let me show you. Here's another Camaro. Come on. There's another Camaro right there. My mom actually had like I can't remember what year it was. I think it was a 1997 Camaro. But it was the one that was more pointy, not like this one. This is like the 80s version. And then take a look at this one right here. This is all customized with the open, it's low to the ground, of course. But it's also got this open-ended part here. Got a cool Chevy over there. I like this green color in this Chevy pickup here. This is pretty cool. Got a Volkswagen bus over there. You know, they got the new electric one, I think, out now. And I actually saw one on the street the other day. And that was pretty cool looking. Not that I'm a huge electric car enthusiast, because I'm not really, but I have to say, when I did see the Volkswagen bus, I thought it was pretty cool. So let me see, we got a few more kind of classic lowriders kind of going on over here. So this is a Long Beach swap meet over here. This is a Long Beach swap meet. But this is like the main reason I came here, was to check out the cars. I like this red one's pretty stylish. I actually drove a pickup very similar to this when I was a teenager as well. Is there a dog inside? I can hear like a dog barking. A lot of these muscle cars, you gotta really be a wrencher, a mechanic to know, you know, to keep these babies on the road. But there are some beautiful cars, that's for sure. Look at this one with all the stickers. Madden, Snowden, 2016. I don't even know who those people are. If you don't love Jesus, go to hell. It's kind of crazy, that van, but I kind of dig it with the stickers. Take a look at this puppy. Remember just a few moments ago I was telling you about a Trans Am I almost bought, and the dealer told me it would be $300 a month. Well, basically this is what the car kind of looked like, that I almost bought when I was like, I think 18 or 19 years old. You see this Trans Am? This is basically what I almost bought. I think the car was 30 grand. And yeah, the guy was telling me, oh, you only got to pay $300 a month. He never told me how many months though. Yeah, this is pretty much it. I remember thinking that's a pretty cool car. And I almost bought it. He almost sold me, that guy. Maybe I should have bought it. But this is basically it. Yeah. That bring back some memories, I gotta say. That Trans Am. And a friend of mine owns this Camaro, basically, or a similar one to this one. A friend of mine just he bought a shell like this, and now he's put in this Camaro. Basically, it's the exact same Camaro. He's just building it from scratch. Look at that. You know, when I was a kid, my dad, for a short time, was a car salesman, a used car salesman. I don't know if it was a used car salesman. He was a car salesman. I can't remember. I was very young at the time. I was like, you know, super young. Maybe less than 5 years old. But anyway, he told me a story about a lady, an old lady who wanted to buy that Camaro. A Camaro's just like this one, you know, like the one I just showed you, like that one. Okay. But she went to a different salesperson, not my dad. She went to a different salesperson, and that salesperson said, "Oh, lady, you're too old. You're too old to buy that Camaro. That Camaro is for young people. It's not for old people like you." And my dad's like, "You watching this? You know, he's not getting involved because that's not his sale." And then the lady gets all offended, right? She gets all mad. And she's like, "I can buy whatever car I want. Don't tell me I'm too old to buy this car, blah, blah, blah." And so she walks out, and then later on, she comes back to the dealership with a Camaro, just like that one, back there. And she basically tells the salesperson, "Go F yourself. I found another person who would sell it." And my dad told that guy afterwards, "Dude, what's your problem? Who cares how old she is? You're here to sell the car, not to give him life advice." You know, if an old person who's 80 years old wants to buy a Camaro or a Corvette or a Ferrari, hold on, let me show you this motorcycle. Look at that. That's pretty cool, I gotta say. Anyway, oh, he's turning around. No, let me show you the motorcycle. I'll finish this. Oh, no, he's parking the bike. I'll just go there in a second. Anyway, so my dad was like, he said, a salesperson just sells the item, whatever it's a car or a guitar or whatever they want. You don't judge that person and say, "Oh, you're too old" or whatever, because who cares? You just want to make the sale, right? So, you know, his advice to me was, if you ever become a salesperson, never tell somebody they shouldn't buy this or shouldn't buy that. Always encourage them, because you just want to make the sale. It's not your concern whether or not they are too old or what have you. And later on in my life, I was a car salesman for one day. One day I was a car salesman. And I remember this guy, I was at a Chevrolet dealership, and this guy came in to buy a Corvette. And he had this old beat up, like, station wagon. I mean, the thing was falling apart, and he looked like he was homeless, basically. And the salesperson, I wasn't the salesperson, but the salesperson who sold him the Corvette, and he did sell him the Corvette, made the deal, and the guy took the Corvette. And I said to the sales guy afterwards, "Do you think that guy could afford that Corvette? I mean, he didn't look like he had much money." And the salesman goes, "Oh no, he had horrible credit, didn't have much money. He basically put hardly anything down. He basically put down that old Chevy for a trade-in and a little bit on top of that. And the monthly payments are going to be super high, and probably he can't afford it." And I said, "Well, why did you sell him the Corvette?" And he goes, "I'm a salesperson. I'm not here to talk you out of buying stuff." So basically that guy echoed what my dad said. If you're going to sell cars or anything, you don't talk people out of it. You tell them, yeah, you want to buy that Ferrari, and you got a $30,000 a year job? Go for it, my friend. I tell you. Anyway, I always, I just think stories like that are so funny. I like this car. You got some Ozzy Osbourne playing in the background. Look at this. This is pretty cool. I gotta tell you, these cars are very, very cool. I don't think I could ever own one because I'm not that great of a handyman or a wrencher. Well, you can't tell me this car ain't cool. There's another one of these Camaros that even if now they're old cars, but that old lady probably bought something similar to this back in the day that my dad was trying to sell. Well, not my dad, but that other salesperson blew the sale for this Camaro. Let me get out of this guy's way. It looks like he's about to pull out. This was the bike I saw earlier riding around. The BMW. I kind of dig this trike. I mean, this not trike, but this sidecar thing they got going on over here. It looks like it's for sale, but he won't. It doesn't show the price. But if you're interested, you could text him. Corvette over there with the headlights, the pop-up headlights removed. So it's just got I guess these LEDs. Hi, this your vet?
Yeah.
You changed the headlight situation, or that you bought it that way?
No, well, I got it that way, but I replaced them and stuff. Yeah, it's a guy called Radio Flyer Innovation
Uh-huh.
out of Michigan. I think they may have changed their name, but he builds things. I always had a problem with coming out of those
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, the guy had the frog eyes on here when I bought it. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I've seen those as well, where it kind of pops up halfway. That's the one?
It just sits, it's stable. You take the motors out and all that.
Oh, it just stays like that. Oh,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
time, but I didn't like those.
No, well, yeah, out of the two, this would be better. But yeah, the pop-ups are cool, but they always did have issues.
Yeah, they're
You know.
plastic gears and
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. So.
But this is the C5, right? And I've always, I've heard a lot about, I know a little bit about Corvettes, but the C5 has always been considered one of the most, if not the most reliable Corvette.
Yeah.
You know.
They have the biggest cab.
Yeah, oh yeah, yes, I heard that too.
Yeah.
So like the new ones, like the C8, the C7, they have had a lot of issues.
Yeah, my grandson's got a C8. He hasn't had any issue. He had a leak, but he says you didn't put the top on properly. But that mid-engine and stuff, you got to wait and see what happens with him. Get him a couple years into progress and stuff like that.
The C8, the only thing I've really heard that is bad, but it is bad, is the transmission. A lot of them have that issue with the transmission.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from him yet. I've seen people with him and stuff at donut derelicts and stuff.
But it's a beautiful car, don't get me wrong. It's beautiful, and I would love to have one, but I'm just saying, you better have a warranty.
Yeah, and C5 you can get for next to nothing.
Yeah, I'm shocked because they're such good cars.
They're easy to drive. I mean, they're very nice to drive. They're very responsive and stuff. For the price, you can't beat them.
And
it just needs new paint.
Yeah. I mean, but it's convertible too. This is kind of cool, very California. I like the rims too.
Yeah,
these are aftermarket. Wow.
Came with it and stuff. I can't find them. I need those reworked as well. There've been a couple of curving issues. So.
Oh, how long you've had this vet?
13 years now.
Oh wow. So you've had it for a minute. No major problems?
No. I had a O2 sensor, and then the traction control module and stuff. But I had that done over in the valley.
Because the only thing I've ever heard to keep an eye out with this vet has almost no issues. But the only thing is what is it called? The balancer, like with the belt.
Yeah.
That you have to somehow keep an eye on that. That dynamic balancer. Yeah. But other than that, it's pretty rock solid.
Yeah.
No,
it's totally dependable.
Well, yeah, it's beauty. Well, anyway, thanks for talking to me, man.
No worries.
Beautiful vet. You too. Take care. All right, yeah, I love Corvettes. I got to be honest. I know they're problem cars, and I'm thinking about buying a C7. In all honesty, I'm even thinking about maybe selling my motorcycle and buying a C7. But of course, everybody tells me that car's got problems. It's going to cost you a fortune. Blah blah blah. And I've had two Corvettes in my life. I had a '73 and a '92, and yeah, they gave me problems. But what can I say? There's just something about a Corvette that I find very special, but we'll see. Right now, money is a little on the tight side. I should open a Patreon. I gotta start doing stuff like Patreon and all this kind of stuff. I always see these YouTubers are like, hey, donate some money to my Patreon. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna build a Patreon, even though I only have a couple subscribers. But that's okay, because I know you people are loyal, and you like leather jackets and WESCO tall boots and heavy metal. Like Slayer. Before I move out of the car viewing area here, I did want to show you this car. This is a Monte Carlo. My parents, once again, used to own a Monte Carlo. Not like this, but I'm going to show you this one anyway. You see this car? This is a Monte Carlo. And this one's actually considered a pretty badass. A lot of people like this one because it has kind of a muscle car, cholo kind of vibe. And it's very, very well loved. This one looks beautiful, all in black. I love it. I love black cars and black motorcycles and black jackets. Look at this thing, it's beautiful. Yeah, that's a good looking Monte Carlo right there. Yeah, my parents had, my very first car I ever learned how to drive was a Monte Carlo. So yeah, great car Monte Carlos. But anyway, I'm gonna go now and check out the actual swap meet part and see if there's anything interesting there. All right, I don't think I'm going to show too much of the swap meet. A lot of the vendors don't like people taking pictures or videotaping their stuff. But let me give you just a quick glance at what it looks like. So you got, like, you know, people selling engine parts and carburetors and such, some toys for children, Star Wars, you know, what have you. You got some people over there selling, I don't know what that is, wax, I guess, polish. So, I mean, this is kind of basically it. All right, my friends, I'm calling it a day. Didn't show too much of the actual swap meet. It wasn't that impressive, to be honest. It was a lot smaller than normal. I've noticed lately these swap meets don't seem to have as many people as they used to. I wonder if it's because of the new year or something. I'm not too sure. But anyway, it was I'm gonna wrap up the video now. So, you know, we did a little riding earlier in the video to Neptune's Net. Showed you a little bit of the high performance car slash swap meet over here in Long Beach. Not sure what I'm gonna do next week. I have a few ideas, so we'll see how it all comes down. And you know, stay tuned. Like I said, I'm going to try to post weekly now. That's my goal for 2026. Whether I'll achieve that goal is, you know, that's a whole nother subject. But I'm gonna try my best. Anyway, until next time, my friends, ride like the wind. Don't let that wind ride you. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care, my friends.